Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, episode 76. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
So, Happy New Year. That's right.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
Also, we're gonna point out, someone got a really awesome Christmas gift. If you can't see it, we'll try. It says Movie Bitches.
I'm very excited. Thank you, Trevor and Kelsey.
So tonight we're reviewing The Danish Girl.
The new Tom Hooper directed film starring Eddie Redmayne.
Yep.
And that girl from Ex Machina whose name is Alicia something with a V.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about how this is like another Oscar vehicle for Eddie Redmayne.
Uh-huh.
And I strongly disagree. I thought he was actually one of maybe the worst actors in this movie.
Yeah, there was... yes. Because he did the same thing. His thing was someone would say anything, whether it be rude, complimentary, across the board, and he would do a... I don't know what to think, and so I didn't know what to think.
Exactly.
I found myself being thoroughly confused.
No, I was very confused the entire movie about a lot of things.
For a movie that's like about explaining sort of different aspects of sexuality, it didn't do a good job.
I don't think it's
of explaining. It's not trying to be that.
I don't think it's that.
It's just a historical tale.
Well, it's not. So here's some interesting tidbits.
Okay.
It's not historical. It's based off of real people.
Sure.
Based off of a fictitious book based off the real people.
The book that she was writing is fictitious?
The book that the movie is based off of is not...
her memoir.
No. The most interesting thing that they left out to me.
Yes.
Goethe, the wife...
Yeah.
was a lesbian erotica painter.
See, that would have been more interesting because then it would have been like, oh, she's also has a is trying to come out, right?
Well, right, there's like some sort of
like she understands
pansexuality there
because she went through it too, or did she marry him to cover it up, or did they know? Did they have an understanding? Because for me, the love story was not engaging enough to make the movie interesting.
No, and I feel like they needed to cut the first, like, basically 2 acts in half, and then spend so much more time on the
actual transition, yeah. The first 40 minutes is, like, them being married, right?
Right.
And they seem like cousins? Siblings?
It's like this weird roommate. I don't know. It's like a weird situation, and I don't know.
But it's not played like...
No, it's played normal.
Like they have an understanding and they just happen to be married. It's played like, we're so in love.
Yeah. And I didn't get it, and then I didn't know. I guess my thing is that you never really get any sense of Lily's character. Or either, Eddie Redmayne's character, either as a man or as a woman.
Right. The look of the movie, fantastic. Yeah. Costumes, brilliant. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just every frame.
Gorgeous, yes.
Gorgeous. Every frame looks like a painting. I mean, it's Tom Hooper, so like the wallpaper's interesting, right? But the way they spoke and acted was so modern. It was played like a fun, silly, like progressive RomCom. The first hour was very like, can't you see this being like a British hit that swept the nation?
Yeah.
And it was like, and he's becoming a woman, like, nah, whatever, and like, there's no love, but whatever. Like, I could totally see that, like, it's the full Monty, or whatever. But it's like, it's the first transgendered movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I could 100%, it was played like that.
It was.
It was like, let's do a makeover, and like, all this stuff. But you're watching it like, wait, I thought this was like a historical drama. The other thing that was so weird is, very often in the film, you don't know if when he's dressed as Lily, people are aware that he's a man in a dress, or if they just think he's a woman.
Convinced.
It's never established, and so the whole time you're like, wait, they just know? Do they not know? What's going on?
And the hardest part about it is that it's like, you can't tell if the movie just thinks that Eddie Redmayne's makeup is so spectacular that he looks like a woman, and we're supposed to assume that everyone else thinks he's a woman.
And then you'd find out later some people just did know
Did or did not?
Did know that he was a man.
Yeah, some people just knew.
Like, so you just don't know how to react to her.
Right.
Because you're like, well, now I know it's a man, but
right.
what's going on?
Exactly.
And so it was confusing.
The other missed opportunity that I felt like they probably touched on the most of everything, but still not really, was what it would be like to be the wife of a man who undergoes the first transsexual operation.
She just seems okay with it.
She seems so chill.
There was no conflict.
No.
He doesn't have like a second of maybe I should, I don't know, or
exactly.
whatever. Like there's no wavering.
Am I crazy? Particularly at this time.
At this time.
You would really think that it would be like, I think they're right. I probably am insane. It feels right, but
more confused.
Exactly. I don't believe it. Because, like, even, like, in 2006, coming out as a gay man,
right?
It was, like, growing up was weird and hard, and you're like, am I don't know, because of the societal norms. So, in 1930, I just don't believe that, like, there wouldn't be any sort of, like, this isn't how I'm supposed to be, like, I should just be with my wife, and
yeah.
I guess the problem for me is that the way that it was filmed, and what we're supposed to believe is that he had no clue until he tried on these stockings.
Well, he says later she was always there, but it's never really presented to you that way.
Exactly.
Like he says it, but you don't feel it from him.
No.
The way it's played initially until later he says he knew the whole time is like, what?
Yeah.
Apparently the sense of touch. Anytime he touched fabric.
Right. It was sad.
Or furs.
Right?
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like if you showed this movie to someone in, like, the Bible Belt, they would, like, burn all of their satin and pantyhose because they'd be like, satin is a gateway drug to transgenderism. Like...
On one end, it seems like, oh, it's your grandma's transgendered movie, right? Like, let's get easy on it, or whatever.
Yep.
And then on the other side, it seems so modern in its... I mean, I guess that's a way to ease you on it. I don't know.
It's just like, purely accepted.
I found it very bizarre and confusing. There was a lot of whispering.
Oh, yeah. So aside from the touching...
Husky whisper.
He would go, he would be talking and then he'll whisper. Why?
Too bad he didn't go...
It was but it would be like, like, oh, April, we're talking, and then I'm going to talk to you later.
I think that's his thing.
I don't know.
I think... That's his thing. Where, like, Leonardo DiCaprio's thing is, I'm gonna yell.
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne's is, I'm gonna whisper. Can we talk about her wig?
Oh, God.
So, the first half of the movie, she has...
Well, we should clarify.
Not Lily, not Eddie strangely enough, Eddie Redmayne's wig is better than the woman who plays his wife's wig. I don't know how that happened.
His wig is...
This movie's fine. It's beautifully shot. I feel like all the Oscar baity movies this year, I'm like, that was fine. Loved the costumes. Like, I don't know, like every movie I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it was pretty boring, but man, those costumes, it was great. Like, the background, like, it's bad. I don't know. Like, at the same time that I love Tom Hooper's the look of his movies, I also, for this one in particular, found it very distracting.
I found it extremely distracting.
Where I was like, oh, look at those boats in the background, that's gorgeous. Oh, no, they're talking about something. Like, oh, shit. And then I'd be like, what's going on? And you'd be like, I have no idea.
There was no personality. Like, you think about, like, a movie like Short Bus, or a movie, or even a movie that I saw that I highly recommend instead of this. It's a French movie that was at Outfest, and it was called A New Girlfriend. It's like this whole story about, like, his awakening as a transgender woman. And it's really well done.
Cool.
There's a lot of character. There's a lot of, like, realness.
Right.
Because it was made by actual people that have experienced it.
It invites you in instead of... I didn't feel invited into this movie.
I didn't feel like there was anything to go into. I mean, it was so shallow. It was shallow. That's what it was. You know, and like, we'll put him in a wig and it'll be groundbreaking because he... I
mean, I don't think anything was malicious.
No.
I don't think that they went, let's just capitalize on it. I think everyone, like, intended to make...
Oh, sure.
But it just didn't go there.
Yeah.
Eh.
I don't know. It's a bummer. I was when I saw the trailer, I was really excited. I was like, oh, this could be really interesting, like really cool. And they just didn't take it anywhere.
No. Cheers.
Cheers.